Keep standing and just stretch a little bit. The mind can only absorb what the behind can stand. I'm just going to take a couple of minutes. First of all, I want to thank everyone who put this together. Mary, Mark, the purpose of this meeting today was to put out accurate information. There is enough swirling around out there that is and misinformation, you know, lies. And it's important that you hear, and you've heard from a wide array of speakers from many different points of view. So I'm glad that it was attended as well as it was today, given the weather and everything. I'm just going to start with a quick story that I heard from Professor Arnie Dodge, who teaches at Post. And it stuck with me from the time I heard it. He did some research in East Africa with the Maasai people. I've seen them on National Geographic specials. They're all very tall and thin. I'm very envious. They herd cattle, and they've been doing that for 500,000 years. They own nothing in common. And they're semi-nomadic. They wander from place to place, wherever there's pasture land. And when they greet each other, the first thing they say to one another is, "And how are the children? Are all of them well? And how are the children? Are all of them well?" And if the response comes back, "Yes, all of them are well," then they know that that village is in good condition, is in good shape. Even people without children ask that question of each other. That's their barometer. They're not as sophisticated as we are, huh? I'm going to ask you, and how are the children? Are all of them well?
No.
The State Education Department has systematically ignored the concerns and the cries of parents about their children. And that's why we're here today, and that's why the refuse movement, the opt-out movement, the boycott movement, whatever other words are in the thesaurus, meaning the same thing, the "I'm not going to play anymore" movement, has gained the traction that it has. Understand something. When you ask me, if you were to ask me today, can I opt my child out? I say, I can't give you that. I can't tell you you can do that. But parents are not asking for permission. Parents are doing it. All right, and we will honor the parents' decision. What we've been exposed to, the response to all, and there's been a tremendous amount of information being sent to State Education Department in emails, at meetings, in the non-public, public forums, in the crazy non-listening tour. Parent after parent getting up saying the same things. This is hurting my child. Now I've heard, and it's been said to me, well, not all the children are being hurt. But what's the right percentage? 10% okay? Tell me. The other issue is that this will forever change. What's happening now will forever change, and rightly so. The way schools work. One of the main reasons why I don't want you in my business is because it's messy. It's much easier if I can say to you, "Oh no, this is the regulation. Please go home." Now we have to have a conversation. It takes time. And I might have to change my mind, and I planned it this way. And all of that doesn't matter. We've been exposed. The response from the State Education Department, and really from the governor, obviously, and the regions, has been to, I can characterize it as the politics of division. Very carefully orchestrated. Think about the APPR system, which is the only reason for the tests, all right? Because we want to fire teachers. It has nothing to do with learning. It has nothing to do with anything with our kids. So, I'm the administrator, and my goal is to get rid of all those bad teachers. So let's divide that group, those two groups. Parents, you got nothing to say. We'll treat you as just a little bit older children. Okay?
No.
Far from dividing all of these groups, what's happened is all of these groups have been more united than I've ever seen in my experience. And I believe the reason is that our love and concern for our children transcends any divisions we might have. And that's what we need to keep focused on. The misinformation, the lies, have to do, with all the statistics. You hear them 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times. Finland has 5 million people in their country. I had 5 million people in my neighborhood in Brooklyn. They have a 5% childhood poverty rate. We have a 23–24% childhood poverty rate in the United States. That's the reason for the gaps, folks. It's poverty. It's crushing poverty. You can't fix that with a slogan, okay? And there's no money to be made in it, so it's not going to get a lot of attention. All right? But those divisions are gone. I think that the other thing we need to remember is that children get one childhood. Any system that is designed to have 70% of the people involved in it fail is abusive.
Absolutely.
So I think there should be a proper debate about the standards of curriculum and the money and follow the money, and there's a lot of money. But that needs to happen after it stops. If I invented a drug that was going to make all of America healthy because we're all out of shape and this and all the rest of it, and I said, I have it, everybody's going to take it. We did our first trial last April, 70% of the people involved died. I don't think we'd be saying, well, let's try it again, maybe only 65% will die this year. And the slogans, you don't have to destroy a child's self-definition to make them globally competitive. Things that I can't make sense of. Right? But all those things, for me, ended. They're out here. The central issue for me, and it's the essential question. Teachers look for essential questions when they teach in a classroom. What are we going to do today? What's the question we're going to tackle together today? The essential question is, are all of the children well? No other question matters. And we'll continue to do what we're doing until the answer comes back. Yes, all of them are well.